Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Yukishi, and welcome back to another episode of Octopath Traveler. Last time, I completed all of Cyrus's stories, and with that, I completed every single character's journey. And now, this time, it's time for the finale. So, unfortunately, when it comes to the finale, it doesn't just automatically start. You have to actually do some side quests. And another unfortunate thing that I'm going to add to my list of things I don't like about this game, the game doesn't give you a good direction of where to go. So, that just leaves you having to actively do every single fucking side quest until you find the right one, which is fucking stupid. However, the internet is a free resource and tool, so I can literally just look up where I need to go. Now, another thing to know. If you're wondering why there's barely any music playing in the background, it's because I do not want to have to deal with copyright bullshit ever again with Octopath Traveler. I am getting sick and tired of that. I'm hoping it's not actually Square Enix, and it's actually Nintendo, but if it is Nintendo, they can go suck a big cock. I'm sorry, but you should not be copyrighting video game soundtracks, especially if it's unique to the video game. Especially since I'm playing the fucking video game. But anyway. So, if you can't hear the music, that's why. I'm hoping this works in my favor, and the YouTube bot doesn't catch that there's songs playing in the background, because the ambient noises is drowning out the music. So is my voice, but anyway, with all that preamble out of the way, let's do the side quests.
Whoa!
A moment, I think she might be just the perfect one for me. I have plenty of confidence in my sword. Countless battlefields have I conquered, yet it was only when I returned from the field of war that I realized it. I had gained nothing for all I had fought. That was when I realized what I was truly missing, my other half, my perfect woman. And that woman, oh, how can I ever get her to glance in my direction? So we need to challenge this motherfucker.
Let us fight with honor.
I got Ulrich set up as
Victory shall be mine.
the Rune Lord, so here's hoping. But I have no idea what this guy is weak to. Not sword, that's for sure.
Now
Okay,
then.
what about spear? Not spear.
Victory
Are you weak
shall
to
be
axe?
mine.
You're weak to axe. Okay, good to know.
Now then.
So that tells me you have an elemental weakness as well. So let's try ice.
Conjure ice.
Let's try.
Victory shall.
Oh, okay.
The thrill of the fight.
You are rather skilled in battle yourself. She's looking your way. I saw your battle just now. My black. I have been searching for some time for the perfect person. I have also been searching for my perfect mate. But you are not that person. What? He should have golden hair and eyes of the deepest blue. Ah, yes. And despite his name, he would surely never dare to cross me. Yes, his devotion to me would be complete. He would give me everything, his whole life, his life's blood, down to the last drop. You a vampire? And when I find this perfect man, everything will change. The entire world will change. Huh. No, it doesn't seem like you're him. Very well then. But wait, but you're my... Sorry, guy. I'll not be so easily dissuaded. Daughter of the Dark God.
The fact
My
of
heart
the
has been
matter
stolen by the
is-
beauty of that woman, my black. No matter what she says, I have no doubt that she is my other half. I will not give up. Alright, well, what's next? Well, I need to look at a guide first. Alright, I am here in Saintsbridge, the Riverlands. And who do we have here? Why, hello. That light in your eye. You have the look about you I like. She's got red eyes, I think. But alas, you're not quite the one I'm looking for. I feel like I've been searching all my life for that one perfect person. I followed her all the way to this town. Are you a fucking stalker, dude? My Black, it seems I truly do mean nothing to her. Stop what you're doing. Maybe there really is no perfect woman out there for me. Art of the Dark God 2. An earnest knight who has devoted himself to the sword from a young age. He hardly eats, sleeps, or relaxes, choosing to dedicate his time instead to his friend and master, the sword. But lately, he has noticed that he is a bit lonely. Alphys's poem. Uh-huh. Well, we need to go to the cathedral, so I'll be right back. Alright, here at the cathedral. I can actually steal from her. Give me that, give me this, give me that, give me this. Thank you for the free money. Anyway. Daughter of a noble who has tried everything she can to find true love, but has yet to find the one who can make her heart beat fast. I'm always glad to meet someone new. The truth is, I feel like I've always been waiting to meet my other half. I know he'll be someone with a good heart. I'm just waiting for him to appear. The man who will come to me and tell me of his love in his own true words. Hey, we got a poem for you. That poem! Would you read it once more for me? Blah 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 blah. Thou art the other half that makes me whole, my perfect peace, what was missing from my soul. When I think of thee, strength flows through me, my sword exists only to protect thee. What strong words. The man who wrote these must be a great warrior. And yet, there is a warmth within them. I feel as if I know just what kind of man he must be from this poem. Can you tell me who wrote it? Yeah, his name is Alphys, and he's out here. Preposterous! Such clumsy words as mine found favor with such a lovely lady as yourself! They did. They moved me greatly. I could feel from your words what a kind heart you must have. My name is Alphys. Please, my lady, might I ask your name? My lady. You may, and you may call me Flora. I really love that name. A beautiful name for a beautiful woman. Sir Alphys. Oh! Ah, so we meet again. What are you doing at the cathedral? It seems I might finally have found him, my perfect man. Soon, he'll be mine at last. Huh. Alphys's poem. Alright, next up, I think I already did this guy's quest. And he is... If memory serves, he's in one of these areas. Is it Noble Court that he's in now? Yes. I did one of his side things a while ago. Also, this guy's tied to a quest. Definitely not Leon. I can't believe you can actually take this phony. The next character we have to deal with is this guy.
In truth,
How goes my journey, you ask? Wait, no, I think I did actually show this on screen, because I made a Kamen Rider reference to him. He was, like, in the first episode or second episode, because I gave him a potion or something. Right. I don't remember if I did the second thing, though. But anyway, how goes my journey, you ask? I'm afraid to say I feel as if I've gone as far as I can on my own. There are too many dangers to face alone. I wonder if some band of travelers might not allow me to join them on the road. But I can't allure or do anything for him. Well, I'll be right back as I figure out what the fuck I need to do for this guy. So, I think I did his first thing, and then he moved to a new place. I think he moved to a different desert location and did his quest there. And then after that, he's here, so I don't remember fully. Sorry. Okay, we want to go due east. Because we want to come down here to allure this aspiring actor. If you'll teach me to be a star at the stage, I shall follow you anywhere. Pray, come hither. God, it must feel weird for Primrose to be back here. Sorry, girl. And apparently, it doesn't matter what starting town you start with. As soon as you exit it, you get Kid's Quest no matter what. So I think that was done intentionally. What's that? A traveling acting troupe is looking for new members? A group like that certainly would allow me to visit many different towns in my search for a word of my father. Huh. Blonde hair, blue eyes, huh? I don't have much gift for acting, but... Please, sir, would you let me join you as your acting partner, that we might become members of the traveling acting troupe? Yeah, sure, whatever, man. If you hadn't asked, I would've. I suppose we had better go talk to the, impresario, then. Why don't you join us, since you brought us together in this endeavor? Oh, this guy. I remember him. Well, I do thank you both for showing me your best performances. But I'm afraid, Kit, that your acting skills still leave something to be desired. Then teach him how to be better. Yes, I was afraid that might be the case. Yeah, excuse me, sorry. We were really hoping to find a pair of actors who could play well off of one another, too. Please, give me a chance. I will practice harder than anyone you've ever seen. Or just let me join you as a stagehand. I'll do anything you ask of me, if you only let me travel with you. I have to keep traveling to try to find some word of the fate of my missing father. His father is somehow tied to the grander scheme of things, I'm betting. Please, I'm begging as well. Please, let us join you. Can I hold you to that promise, Kit? You will practice your craft and do anything we ask of you in the meantime? Oh god. Yes, I give my word. I have a bad feeling about this. Then, Kit, you are hired, provisionally, as a stagehand, until we see what we can make of you. And you will be responsible for helping him learn the basics of acting. You two are a pair, after all. Do you think you can do that? Of course, we won't let you down. Thank you for this chance. I will trust you two to live up to your words. I can trust you, can't I? Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks to you, I can continue my journey. I haven't done a thing yet. See, if you still want to thank me after I put you through your paces. Or see if you want to thank me. It looks like things are just about settled then. You can leave your friend in our hands. We'll take good care of him. Thank you again. I will do my best not to let this troop down. I sincerely hope we'll meet again. Safe journeys to you until we do. Oh, God. In search of father. Alright. The next thing, I don't know if I actually have it or not. I need to then look in the inventory. Valuables. No, I do not. At least I don't think I do. Okay, so I'll be right back. Again. Okay, I am here in Grandport. Right here. And we want to steal from this guy, but first I'm going to scrutinize him. He's got nothing. Okay. We want to steal the Lapis Lazuli, an ore with a blue pigment. I have no idea what it's going to be for, but okay. Now, onto whatever I need to bring this to. Okay, so bear with me here. I traveled to Stoneguard, and now I need to make it up north to the Moonstruck Coast. So, at least I think I can, anyway. Hold up. You need evasive maneuvers. And you... I want to give you Evil Ward. No. I don't care about character builds yet, so... Because I don't need to do any kind of fighting. So up here... we want to go here, I think. Yep, Moonstruck Coast. And it's down over somewhere. Yeah, right there. Hello again, Kit. One of the performers in a traveling troupe who performs as a cheerful and charming clown. However, she is prone to worry and grows anxious whenever she sees the acrobats performing. Yeah, I get that. Bring me the robe, give me that, give me that, give me that. Thank you.
However,
The impresario was very understanding and said that I could do what I must to find my father. But I wish I could do something more to thank the troupe for taking me in before I must leave them. Lapis Lazuli, huh? How are you supposed to find this out? This is amazing! What a fine piece of lapis lazuli! This should surely do the trick. I will repaint the troupe's signboard and restore it to its former glory. I'm going to get to work preparing the paint at once. Okay, now this is a good test because the song that's playing in the background is one of the ones that got copyright claimed. But for whatever reason, in the previous two videos, it didn't. So, again, YouTube is very picky-choosy about what songs to copyright claim, and it's annoying. Fix your shit. What is this? It looks just as it did when it was new. No, even better. Kid, did you do this? I did, with the help of my kind friend here, who helped me get the ingredients for the paint. You did? But it requires lapis lazuli, such a precious mineral. And this painting! I had no idea you had such artistic skill! I knew you had some skill as a stagehand, but you have real talent, Kit. This is, why, it's positively magic what you've done. Kit, I am very glad we could travel together. I will be praying that everything goes well for you. Thank you, and thank you so much for everything you've done for me until now. Now I can set out to search for my father without any lingering regrets. I've heard word of a woman who knows of my father's whereabouts. It seems that she also has been looking for me. I must find her and learn what she knows. I hope you'll have a good journey, my friend. Okay. In search of father 2. Well, you know what time it is. Time to pause and find out where the fuck I'm supposed to go next. Alright, for this next one, we need to be in Swarky. But we need to head to the west. So, I believe it's right over yonder. Here we go. Hello, ma'am. What have you got? Soothing dust, okay. West Swarky Trail, yep. Cool. Because this is where we'll find our next quest. Again, how you're supposed to figure this out, I have no fucking clue. Oh, hello, treasure chest. Oh, why, hello! I didn't expect to see you again. The trip is all doing fine, though we do still miss Kit. We'd been hoping to carry on down this route, but there is a fearsome monster up ahead, we've heard. Oh. A traveling swordsman passed by not so long ago. Once we told him the rumors, he said that he would defeat the monster. But he has not returned. I do hope he's alright. Is it Alphys? Forgive me, I was not equal to the task. God damn it. Are you alright, man? What a frightful wound! Someone, fetch some bandages at once! Please, do not trouble yourself on my behalf. You there! Do you know one another? Small world, ain't it? Indeed, this kind stranger was my greatest friend when my heart was broken by the cruel woman Lie Black. Responsible for bringing me to the lovely Flora, my true love and other half. It seems that fate continues to guide us, bringing the two of us to meet once more. I feel quite the same. For all that you have helped us in the past, I hope we might ask your help once more. Do you think you could defeat for us the monster that keeps us from traveling the road ahead? Sure. I would also be glad to leave the task to one as able as you. The monster is a fearsome one, but I know your strength. If even you cannot defeat such a monster, I don't know who would be able to. Office and the Impresario. Okay, it's right there. Well, I need to prepare. Okay, I got a battle plan. Let's hope it goes over well. Hello, Tiger.
Stop here and now!
Big kitty.
Now, what next?
Okay, so... I think I need to have Cyrus defend, right? Okay, good. Turn order is perfect. So, Cyrus needs to defend.
Think not!
My turn now.
So does Ophelia.
No, you will not!
I am ready.
And Primrose will just normally attack with Dagger. Oh. Better have her attack twice instead. Because she only needs to use Dancer. So attack twice.
Out of my way.
How the fuck do you miss? Elemental Break.
Elemental break.
How the fuck am I missing?
My turn. Here I go! No,
I'm just gonna
you
defend
will
until
not.
this works.
What next? Think not!
I am ready.
There we go. That's one. But unfortunately, Primrose is going after Cyrus. Elemental Break.
Elemental break.
Okay, good.
And
My focus.
Now, Elopun!
Unparalleled.
For 3 turns, spells cast by a single chosen ally that usually target all foes will instead be focused on a single foe at increased intensity. Use it on Theory.
Alofin, Lord of Learning!
My turn now. Prepare
Now.
yourself!
Ulfric's Auspicious, or whatever. For 3 turns, skills performed by a single chosen ally will trigger twice.
Elfric, bringer of the flame!
Now, unfortunately, I don't have Magic Boost, but
I'm ready. Are you?
that's totally fine. What do I want to do? Ventus Altair or Glacius Claudaire? Because he's weak to both ice and wind. I think I'm gonna do Ventus Altair since my wind move, or my wind is better.
Ventus Salt.
Damn.
Where's the nearest tavern?
And everyone leveled up. Oh, except for one character. So you did it! Well done, my good warrior. I expected no less of you. Astounding! You are even stronger than I knew! You took the very words from my mouth. My friend, you put my skill with a blade to shame. It seems I still have far to go. I shall put myself to training at once. I remain grateful for your aid in this fight. Thank you from me and the troop as well. You've done us a great favor again. Oh yes, I meant to tell you before. We did have a letter from Kit after he left us. He is headed now to the place where he is to meet the woman who knew of his father. Oh, are you speaking of a common acquaintance? And what a coincidence! I've also heard rumors of the wind that the Lady Lightblack is off to meet her perfect man at last. It seems she was headed for the land once known as the Kingdom of Hornburg. Is this fate toying with us again? A coincidence? I suppose stranger things have happened. You still got another
It's
thing?
like this.
Our kid has set off for an abandoned ruin in the fallen kingdom of Hornburg, according to his letter. I hope he will find what it is he seeks there. You can now fast travel to the ruins of Hornburg. So begins the tale of A Journey's End. Well, it's time. To go into the build really quick, this is what I had on Primrose, Cyrus. Granted, I don't think any of this matters, because the boss only had like 30k health, so... Therion, and it was this weapon that had increased wind damage. I don't know if it's better than the Absolute Zero step, but... And then Ophelia. And then here were the skills I gave everyone as well. So if you want to copy what I did, feel free to. The only thing I don't like about the skills with Therion, Elemental Aid. Elemental attacks consume double SP, but also deal additional damage. This is pretty much your guaranteed one-stop shop for one-hit KOing the boss. But SP Saber is better in my opinion. Excuse me. Well, not the boss, a boss. The Battle of Hornburg. 8 years ago, Ulrich Eisenberg, known Knight of Hornburg, was fighting off an invasion. Concerned about his king, he entrusted the front line to his comrades and returned to the army's camp. Then Primrose. Jeffrey Easelhart. Right. Back to where it all started for Ulrich. This is where his story began. Damn. Now, I know I usually cut out the exploration parts in this because it's kind of boring, but for this, I think I'm going to keep it in because it's kind of important. Man. It feels so weird coming here. Just letting it take, just taking it all in. I really do feel like I should have Ulrich in the squad for this, but... Nope.
Is that so?
Please be voiced. So, I'll find farther on the other side. Truly? No, you won't.
Indeed.
Trust me, Kit. He is there, waiting for you. I see. Very well, then.
Is something the matter?
Oh, forgive me.
I'm not feeling so well. Why don't you go on ahead? I'll catch up soon.
Yes.
I'll be waiting for you. The gates of Finis. Whatever. She managed to get the
What have
Dragonstones.
we here?
Which is why she was in front of Ravis Manor. She wanted the Dragonstones. Oh, here's a familiar face. Fancy meeting you here. I trust you came for Kit, yes?
However...
Apologies, but the lad is quite special to me. My soulmate, if you will.
I think not.
I'll thank you not to interfere. That's assuming you could interfere, even if you wanted to.
The gate of Finis.
Yup. Pass beyond the gate of Finis, and never again may you return to this world.
I leave it to you.
Follow us if you so choose, but first be certain that is truly the path you wish to tread.
Fareth thee well.
The gate of Finis. Thing we've heard so much about. And in order to unlock it, you need to use the 4 Dragonstones. One of Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and Gold. If I didn't record in advance and I planned things ahead, I could have, granted, and if I was bigger, I could ask, who do you want me to take, or who would you like to see in the final battle, and whatnot. Like, just from a standpoint of something. I don't know. Here we are. Ah, awesome. I'm so happy. Okay, cool. Salmon. You battle with the unholy presence? No. Okay. I hope I don't have to fight all of these. If I do, then I'm not gonna like that very much. Because there's 4 on each side for a total of 8. You know. Is there really nothing? I'm gonna have to go through a boss gauntlet. Okay.
Out of my way. I'm ready. Are you? Ignis Arctic. Ignis Arctic. Where's the nearest tavern?
Oh. There it is. I ain't going up there yet. I need to prepare first, and second, I want to read. I'll be right back, though. Okay. With all that said and done, it's time to read. So that was the second one. Is this the first one? From the Diary of Lord Geoffrey Azelhart. I kept my faith. I stayed true to my convictions until the end. Several years before my death, a shadow fell upon my dear noble court, a shadow known as the Obsidians. They brought with them sweet words and false promises, but I would not lend them my ear. Once they came to understand that I would not be swayed to their way of thinking, they came after my life time and again. I would not allow myself to be daunted. I dug deeper into the truth to uncover their intentions, their ties, and the mastermind behind their villainy. My search eventually led me to learn of the Gate of Finis. In the end, I was murdered by the men who caught wind of my discoveries, yet I do not regret my actions. I lived true to the words of my house and did all that I could for the sake of my people. My sole regret is that I have left Primrose alone to pick up the pieces of this broken life I left behind. My precious daughter should not have to bear such a burden on her shoulders. Primrose, you stood before my grave and told me, did you not, that you had lived true to what I had taught you. You were strong, my daughter. You found your own cause and purpose, and the purpose you found was the continuation of my very own. You carried on in my footsteps and finished what I started. My dear Primrose, when I think of how much you must have suffered all alone, all I can do is beg you to forgive me. Now the time has come for you to lay down your burden and rest. It is time you forgot about me and find happiness of your own this time, for I will always be with you, Geoffrey Azelhart. So the reason her father was killed was because he knew the secrets of the Gate of Finis, among other things. Yeah, part the second, from Grim Crossford. Is this just the story from everyone, then? Or... yeah. That's what it seems like. Oh, nope. Okay, we do have a part 1 then. Or maybe the journal was already part 1. So, part 3 is over there. Okay. From the Diary of Grim Crossford, part the first. Grave tidings reached me as I was passing through Victor's Hollow in my travels. My beloved's condition had worsened. I knew my journey must be brought to a sort of conclusion, lest I be too late in the end. I made my mind to sail across the verdant deep. The final ingredient I required was the pinion of an ogre eagle, that most fearsome beast of the sky. They are said to make their home in the forest of Ruba, beyond that vast emerald sea. When I arrived at the harbor, there was only one ship to be found. It was a grand one, no mistaking that, but the captain was none other than Leon Bustral. I recognized him at once, of course. Who could travel these lands without hearing a tale or 10 of that dread pirate captain, the very mention of whose name would set even the bravest sailor's heart pounding and palm sweating? Yet, I found the man himself to be quite different from the one spoken of in legend. Captain Leon Bustral stood at the helm of a merchant trader, which was preparing to hoist sail at the very moment I came upon it. I told him of my haste and implored that he let me aboard. I'm afraid I don't let just anyone aboard my ship, he told me, and I felt as though I were being put to some kind of test. It was clear this was a man who did not easily place his trust in others. My coin purse as impoverished as my hopes, I held out the only thing of value I could offer, my journal. This is the most valuable of my possessions, I explained. Within it, you will find a record of every region of this vast continent, every town I have visited, and every path I have tread. Surely, such knowledge is worth the trouble of having one more body aboard your ship for this voyage. Which explains how Tressa found it then. After all, what need had I of such a long log then? My journey was nearly over. All that remained was to obtain the final ingredient and hasten home to my beloved's side. Captain Leon gave a boisterous laugh and gestured me onto a ship with a grin. You'd have believed me, the leaves of that old book are more valuable than the leaves in my coffers. You must have had quite the journey. I wouldn't mind hearing about it. Icy swab my decks. As the ship tossed about the stormy sea, my thoughts drifted ahead of the winds to where my wife awaited me. I could see her face in my mind so clearly that it felt as though it was only minutes ago that we parted, not countless moons. And I prayed that the flame would guide me back to her while that gentle smile still graced her lips. It's almost finished. It's almost finished at last, my love. Pray, wait for me just a little longer. I know not what has become of my journal since I parted ways with Captain Leon, but looking back, I am relieved that it left my hands when it did. Surely it is better that my final entry ended with some traces of hope, rather than the bitter pain I would have eventually find at Journey's End. Okay, what's the one over here? Is this part 4 or is this something different? Okay. So part 2 is down here. It's the first one I've discovered, so let's read that first. From the Diary of Grand Crossford, part Deuce. All hope was lost. My beloved was gone forever. I had finally finished the elixir, but it was too late. Mere days too late. My one true love had drawn her last breath just as I was racing back to her side, medicine in hand and heart filled with renewed hope. For 3 days and 3 nights, I lost myself in tears, a river of tears too deep and raging for me to ford my way across it. It was after the funeral that the woman found me. Lieblack, she called herself. In the depths of my anguish, my life bereft of all meaning, she asked me a simple question, terrible in its implications. Wouldn't you like to see your beloved once more? That insidious offer, a mere whisper in the wind, took hold of me. Try as I might, I could not close my ears to it. If it would mean seeing my love even once more, then I would give my very life without regret. Lieblack spoke of the Gate of Finis, which separates this world from the next. If I could find it and cast it open, I could bring my beloved back to my side. I had heard the legends before, of course, but for the first time I found myself desperate to believe them. Begging the help of one of Kit's companions, I set out to the southeast. It was a foolish journey, but what else remained to me but a fool's hope? Kit, huh? On my way, I passed through the village of Clearbrook. There, I came across a young boy stricken with illness and lingering just outside death's door. He's talking about Elfin. Convulsions racked his small frame, and his skin was molted with a purplish pox. I recognized the symptoms at once. How could I not? It was the same foul malady that stole my beloved from me. I felt the touch of fate in this meeting. Though I had not been in time to save my true love, I still carried the elixir I had labored so long to create. A remedy that could do nothing for her now. There was no doubt in my mind what I must do, and so I treated the boy with my medicine. When I looked at the boy's face, finally at peace and in calm repose, I saw my beloved again, and in her gentle eyes I found forgiveness. I hope I can do that too someday. Such were the boy's words to me when he was strong enough to speak again. He told me that he wished to follow in my footsteps and become a great apothecary. His words were a reward I never expected. In that moment, I felt as though my journey was perhaps not a fool's one after all. I left what remained of the elixir and the rest of my medicines behind with the boy, and I set out once more, turning my feet again to the Gate of Finis. Little did I know that I was making the greatest mistake of my life. Damn. So it goes over how he met Elfin and everything. What the hell is part 3 gonna tell? Grand Crossford, part The Son. Son being 3 in Japanese. All I thought of, or how could I have been so wrong? All I thought of was bringing my beloved back to the world of the living. When Lieblack told me such a thing could be done, I was all too willing to swallow her pretty words. The moment that I arrived before the gate, I felt a finger of ice run along my spine. Even if my mind had been too slow to recognize it, my very body was repelled by that gate, or more precisely, by what lied beyond it. While I struggled to catch my breath, Lieblack sketched out a magic circle on the ground with a practiced ease. As she traced each twisted line and rune, her hand never faltered. How many times must she have prepared for this moment in her heart of hearts? It was at that moment that I realized just how she had longed for this moment, how fiercely she desired to see the dark ritual to completion. Only by this ritual may the gate be opened. It will not be pleasant for you, but you must bear it if you wish to see your beloved once more. So Lieblack spoke as she led me to the center of the magic circle. As she began the ritual, the first thing I felt was a great pain that struck my entire body at once. It was followed by a strange sensation like nothing I had ever experienced. I felt myself stretching and swelling from the inside out. From the corner of my eye, I saw my own hand changing into something foreign and awful. And then, the fear. Oh god. Lieblack watched my transformation with a glow in her eye. It was then I knew this ritual was not intended to open the gate and bring my wife back to me. Yes, I know what truly lies beyond the Gate of Finis. That horror is what Lieblack sought to bring back to our world, and I was to be the vessel. Oh, shit! I would be lying if I said I had no idea this was coming. My conversations with Lieblack had led me to suspect that this ritual would not work for just anyone. It seemed that she needed my blood. that blood of House Crossford descended from an ancient line of sorcerers. That is why I must be the one to prevent her plan from succeeding, for if I fail, she will only turn her sights upon my dear kid. No, that I cannot allow. While I realized before that... Wait! Dear Kit? Kit's his son! Oh shit! Hold up. That's why Kit was trying to look for his father, and who the father was. Kit Crossford. Did he make a mention of that in the beginning? Because if so, I do not remember that, because episode 1 was such a long time ago. Oh, fuck. Okay. No, that I cannot allow. So while I realized before the end what Lieblack intended, I continued to accompany her in her aims so that I could see the truth of the ritual for myself, and foil it however I could. Little did I know that I was dealing with a power far, far beyond any mortal's control or conception. I felt my own sense of self growing faint and distant, and something else entirely filling me. I resisted it with all that I had, but that presence, to that thing, a being like myself, a fragile human spirit, could be crushed as easily as an insect beneath your heel. Then, just before my mind was completely consumed by the darkness, I saw the smiling faces of my wife and son one last time. I screamed. The memory of my wife gave me the power to resist at that last critical moment. I imagine Lieblack herself did not think I would ever strike back at her, but I had already grown far stronger than I had been as a man. Even when I only managed to land a single blow to her, it cut her deep. She staggered back, and the ritual was interrupted. This is my chance. All I needed to do is chase after her as she flees and cut her evil at the root, bringing everything to an end. That is what I must do, but why am I? Where am I going? Why am I am turning into something else. Something less and less human. And so I wandered the land without aim. There are periods of time I cannot remember. I come back to myself surrounded by destruction. No memories, but I know it was me. These blackouts grow more frequent. They come for me now. Stay your hand. I am no monster. I am a man. I am a man. He became Red-Eye. Oh my god. So this is how it ties into Haunted Story. Graham Crossford became Red-Eye. Oh my god. Jesus. From the records of House Ravis. From the time of my first memories, I recall my father lecturing me on the origins of our house, on what it meant to be the head of House Ravis, and on what it was I must give my life to protect. My father had heard the same from his father, and his father from his father before him. The House of Ravis is blessed with many treasures, and many who covet them. To one born into the House of Ravis, such things are as natural and given as the blue of the sky above us. We are blessed with great treasures, and it is our duty to protect those treasures from those who would use them for ill. And among all the treasures, there were none greater than the Dragon Stones. These stones were bestowed upon the first Lord Ravis by the legendary King Beowulf, the first of Hornburg, and they have been passed down in our family ever since. The stones are said to have come from a land far to the east, and they are worth more than their weight in gold, but that is not where their true value lies. A power sleeps within them, and it makes them valuable beyond mortal comprehension. For the name Dragonstone is no simple fancy. The stones house the power of the great worms whose names they bear. What? It is said that the great sorcerer Odin Crossford used the power of the Dragonstones to seal shut the Gate of Finis. Crossford had campaigned together with King Beowulf and aided him in the founding of Hornburg. My father, when he was still with us, once told me this. Power in of itself is neither good nor evil. It is the man who wields the blade who decides whether he fights for good or evil. That's something that Cyrus said. That is why King Beowulf entrusted the stones to the man he trusted above all others. The loyal knight would become the first lord of House Ravis. Great power can bring about boundless good, or unfathomable evil. It is the duty of our house to keep the Dragonstones safe, and protect them from those who would wield them for dark ends. Yet given enough time, great power will always awaken a hunger in others who would claim it for themselves. Once the Dragonstones came to House Ravis, there was no end to those who lusted after them, not to mention our many other riches. Even kith and kin cannot be trusted to stand against such temptation. Once a rumor reached my ears that suspicious parties were inquiring into the whereabouts of the stones at the behest of my own relatives. It may be that those who have sabotaged the carriage my wife and I were riding in did so at the bidding of my own blood. Oh, my poor Cordelia, what is to become of you? You are too gentle to ever doubt another. I fear that many will draw near to you, cloaked in the guise of kindness, and seek to deceive you. Cordelia, I can protect you no longer. No matter how I try to call out, my voice cannot reach you on the other side. Yet this I hope you know, though a time may come when you are betrayed by one you trust. I believe your heart will not falter. You will not lose your faith in people, and this is for the best, for there are those truly worthy of your unwavering trust, and you will find them and keep them close at your side. I held on to such faith, and I was rewarded with a loyal companion with 1,000 other men. Heathcote has been true to me in all things. Surely such a friend will also appear before you, one worthy of your faith. And so, I beg of you, Cordelia, never stop believing in others, for it is this faith that will save you in the end. Damn. Fuck. Okay. Which one was this? Was this part 2? No, I haven't read this one yet. From the Diary of Headmaster Yvonne of the Royal Academy. It was 15 years ago when I first learned of that tome. The headmaster's chair was but a dream to me in those days, when my prized student Lucia brought a young woman to me. The woman told me that I was the best suited to the position of headmaster, I presume this is Lieblack, that there was no knowledge, no position that should be off limits to a man of my ability. And so she taught me many things, one being the existence of ancient tomes containing the long-forgotten secrets of old. There are several volumes of forbidden writings in Atlasdam's great libraries, and no eyes but the headmasters are allowed to look upon them. The tome in question is one of these. It is the last extant tract of the legendary sage known as Solomon, whose name lives on in history, though the land of his birth, the kingdom of Bernstein, has long since been forgotten. Bernstein, why does that sound familiar? It's long since been forgotten. Long has it been since that that he who can decipher its true meaning will obtain power over even life and death. The current headmaster is not worthy of such knowledge. What he lacks is intellect only pales to what he lacks in character. I cannot depend on him. I would depend on you. She wished to decipher the secrets of the tome and share its knowledge with the worthy alone. Thus, a great scholar was needed, one who would be able to fully understand the arcane truths within the tome. The doddering fool who now serves as his headmaster could never do such a thing, but a genius such as you, Yvonne. Surely you, of all scholars in the realm, are up to the task. Yes, that was how she persuaded me. It was true that I bore little resemblance to the former headmaster, who was interested in nothing but his studies, and whose only praiseworthy trait was his tenacity in that single-minded pursuit. But I was different. I knew that knowledge was worth its weight in gold, and more critically, my intellect far outstripped his. How could the idiots around me fail to realize this? This woman told me that the then headmaster holding a lofty office he had done so little to deserve was tantamount to sin, and I agreed. When she asked me if I could remove him, I assured her that it would be the simplest of tasks, and so I had him assassinated just as she wished, leaving not a trace of evidence behind to incriminate myself. Shortly after, I ascended to the headmaster's seat in his place. Was the previous headmaster Iselhart? That would be too much of a coincidence. Plus, he didn't have any kind of knowledge, but he was still assassinated. I encountered this strange woman only once more after that day. When I reported to her that I had murdered the former headmaster, she flashed a chilling smile and simply replied, "So you did." Then she walked away, never again to appear before me. Perhaps removing that man was all she wanted of me after all, I thought. It was no matter. The tome was in my grasp, and I immediately set myself to uncovering its secrets. All the rumors I had heard were true. It was a work of staggering genius. With Lucia as my assistant, I was able to obtain other rare and ancient texts from that woman, even if I never saw her again. Yes, everything was going just as I had planned, and power beyond the imagination was finally within my reach. How did it all come to this? Damn that accursed Lucia. Damn that heartless, conniving witch. How did I not see? She meant to use me from the very start. I was the one who unlocked the secrets. I who constructed the basic theories of how to effectively control life and death. And as soon as I had done that, she had no more need for me. That was why she gave me a flawed blood crystal, and led Cyrus right to me, so that she could dispose of me without dirtying her own hands. You despicable, loathsome, hateful woman! Death has not cooled my fury, but only fueled it to greater heights. Curse you and that unholy witch you brought to my side. May the deceitful Lucia burn for all eternity. May the foul witch Lieblack be banished beyond the farthest reaches of hell. Damn. From the Diary of Matthias, Prophet of the Cursed Flame. Once I too believed in the teachings of the sacred flame. I led the people in its light as a servant of the church. No one could have doubted that I was anything but a pious believer in those days, and when I look back upon it now, it all seems so painfully foolish. When was it that I first began to doubt the flame? Perhaps it was after I met Lilac. But no, that was but the catalyst to what was already growing within me. Even before Lilac appeared, those feelings had taken root in my heart. The small village whose church I had been appointed to was destroyed in a conflagration, started by a capricious strike of lightning. The flames spread before we even knew what was happening. Before we knew it, we were engulfed in hell's fire. Countless were lost to the flames, even the innocent young children who I had loved so dearly. They had committed no sins. They did not deserve to have their flesh seared and their bones turned to ash. So I prayed to the flame. I prayed and prayed that their lives would be spared. Fool that I was, even after they were dead and gone, I believed that if I prayed hard enough, they might return to us, that a miracle might occur. And so, I offered up every scrap of faith that I had, until at long last I realized the truth. Believing in the sacred flame and praying to it would not bring about a miracle. And if my faith could not bring me and those I loved succor in our time of greatest need, then it was worthless. It did not matter to me if the power I needed was forbidden. I would use that power for that force of good and bring about miracles. That was the true faith to which my eyes were finally open. It was not something I had been tricked into by another. I had reached enlightenment. It was only fitting that such a revelation came to me, the one true savior. While Lilac may not have been responsible for my enlightenment, I am still grateful to her. After all, she is the one who granted me the blessing of 100 years free from aging. Ooh. The dark secrets written in that tome can allow a man to cheat death, and I owe her a debt for sharing them with me. I gained eternal life, or close enough, as a true savior should. I then took it upon myself as my duty to save as many people as I could with the power granted to me, and so I set out to kindle a darker flame in our realm. If the sacred flame could be weakened, yet more of Galdera's accursed power would seep through the gate of Venice, and I would be able to claim even greater strength for myself. I hid myself away from those in the church who wished to stop me, but the long march of time was my ally. It wore away the lives and the memories of any and all who once knew me, until it was as if my face had been washed away, like words, written sand. None who still live would remember me as an apostate to the church. With enough leaves, all things are possible. Even obtaining a new name is little challenge. And so I worked my way back into the church's graces as the traitor Matthias. Even the venerable Archbishop Joseph did not suspect me for a moment. Every step of the way, fate has shown me that I am in the right. I was able to uncover Galdera's altar because I am right. I was able to use a fragment of his power to bring about a miracle because I am right. I could become the savior of Whispermill and command its people to do my wishes because I am right. With Simeon as an ally, I never wanted for money nor power. The Obsidians served me well, whether they knew it or not. Simeon claimed never to have spoken of me to the others. I know not if he meant to use me as a secret weapon against the others if the need arose, or if it was simply that he did not trust me, but it hardly mattered. After laboring for so many decades, the time had come at last. I had succeeded in deliberating Archbishop Joseph with the poison the Obsidians had provided me. It was a beautiful poison. No one would ever suspect it was anything but a natural death. All that remained for me to do was to cast a dark shadow on the heart of Liana, the next flame-bearer, and the sacred flame would burn black. That is what must be. That is what was meant to be. That is what was about to be. But no. Dare it all to the farthest reaches of hell. The culmination of all I had worked for was mere inches away, so close I could feel the kiss of the accursed flame. And instead, it was all snatched away, that fire snuffed out to leave me in utter darkness and despair. I am the savior. I was meant to bring Galdera's flames to the world. Why should I be left in this black hell? It's dark here. The blackness. It is all-consuming. Darker than 1,000 starless nights. Please, someone, anyone, bring me some light. I want to check something. Yep. Simeon. The guy from Primrose's chapter. So Simeon was connected with this guy. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And I do believe that's all of the books? Or is this the last one? This is the last one. From the records of Lord Werner of Riverford. Hornburg will fall. I still remember her smile as she said the words. It was a score of years ago, mayhap more. A simple sellsword I was then, when she came to me with a sack full of leaves and dark promise in her eyes. She knew as well as I did that I had far greater aspirations than selling my sword for coin. Excuse me, apologies. Bleh. But coin would have to be a start, and what a start she offered me. Not only the leaves to free from another man's employ, but as much as I asked for her to invest in my plot and establish the connections I would need. The life I'd always dreamed of was finally in my grasp. I could use her. I could use her to get all that I ever wanted. Or so I thought. And so I took the girl up on her offer and began my plot to bring down an entire kingdom. I would need men if I were to accomplish anything, so I created my own sellsword company. The Black Brotherhood, I called them. I spent 3 years doing nothing but gathering information on Hornburg. Then, using what I had learned, I began to systematically remove any obstacles that might stand in my path. I used the girl's connections to make my company of sellswords very much in demand in Hornburg. I took the worst of the lot, and those with no scruples, and nowhere else to go, and made them out to be bandits and thieves. I set these villains to attacking the borders of Hornburg, and then my Black Brotherhood would turn them back. It was quite the performance. Other armies didn't stand a chance at beating us to the side of each battle. The skirmishes all took place far from the heart of Hornburg. We knew ahead of time exactly where they would happen. Since the foes we faced in those battles were in fact our own men, it was an easy feat to give the appearance of a crushing defeat. Through this farce, the Black Brotherhood won the hearts of the people living in those borderlands. Ingratiating myself with the families of these borderlands, I used their introductions to buy trust among many powerful houses of Hornburg. The tales of the Black Brotherhood had spread throughout the realm by then, and I used that woman's money freely to strengthen my ties to powerful men within Hornburg and without. Still, King Alfred was well beloved by his people and his bannermen. It would be no small feat to win their hearts away from him, in which case, things would become much easier if he were simply not in the picture. Hornburg would not last long, without the people's loves for their liege binding them together. And so my eyes landed upon Erhard, who held a bitter hatred of the king within him. I had him appointed as a member of the king's own guard, so that he could be in the perfect position to do the deed. All that remained to be done was to give Erhard the chance that he was all too eager to seize. Mixing lies and truths, I lit a fire among the strong warrior I befriended. Ugh. I could spout any lie, and it would not have mattered. Humans care little for facts. They believe what they want to believe. In the end, it took me just 12 short years to bring Hornburg to ruin. After the kingdom fell, I decided the time had come to settle my accounts with that woman. I disbanded my company, having no more need for sellswords, and used the riches I had accumulated to buy myself the lands and status that would see me through my remaining days. To tell the honest truth, this was not easy. I could have gained even more had I remained at that woman's side. She could provide me with wealth and power beyond any human's wildest dreams. But to pursue this any further would be madness. Perhaps I was already mad to serve so long in her beck and call to bring down a kingdom. She was beautiful. There could be no doubt of that. But did I desire her, even for a moment? No. For within that attractive trapping was evil, pure evil, intent on bringing humanity to ruin. If a man dared to touch any part of it, his own flesh would rot and fall away. She was a lethal poison. She was a witch. And so, I cut myself off from her entirely and did not look back. Funny though, is it not? In the end, I could not escape her. She brought about my ruin, as surely as if I had indulged in her poisonous touch. For in the end, just as I felled Hornburg, it was Hornburg's last knight who laid me low. Damn. Okay. I apologized if any of you had tuned out or had skipped to this point, because I am going to be putting chapters, but holy shit, the lore. Okay, so, to recap, Primrose's father died because he learned of the secrets of the Gate of Thinis, and it was the Obsidians, led by Simeon, who was in contact with Matthias. Graham Crossford is from a long line of sorcerers, and his blood alone could help bring about the end of the world because of Galgera. So, he traveled the world to find a cure for his wife. And through there, he met Leon Bastrol. And he left one of his journals behind. He came across Elfin and gave the potion to him, and inspired Elfin to become an apothecary as well. But then along the road between those 2 points in his life, Leon and Elfin, Graham Crossford met Lieblack, and she promised him that he could see his wife again. But what actually ended up happening was he ended up turning into a monster and roamed the land. I'm presuming, I hope this gets confirmed in the actual game. If not, fuck you. I think it is very possible that Grand Crossford was turned into the red-eyed monster we fought as Haunted. I 100% think that. But not only that, but Kit might actually be his son. Hold that thought. Okay, so all it said was he is Kit and he's been looking for his father since he was a young boy. Chances are, his father is Graham Crossford. Which then answers the question of Lilac needing him. Interesting. Well, I'm hoping things go perfectly fine, because I need to take a break. It is currently 6 fucking o'clock. I thought it was 5, because last I checked it was 4. Holy shit, time flies. And I need to eat. So here's hoping that the game doesn't do anything, or the Switch at the very least doesn't do anything wonky, because I'm going to be pressing the home button, and I can't fucking save. Because I can't leave this fucking place. Nor can I do anything here. I'm stuck here. So that's kind of not good. But whatever. I need to take a break. I need to eat. I will be right back when I do. For you guys, it'll be like a second or two. But for me, it'll be more close to like a half hour or something. But anyway, I will be right back. Okay, 1 food break later, and I am feeling good. I did not realize it was 6 o'clock. Holy dumb shit. That was a lot of reading. Anyway. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Now, to be honest, I am looking at Journey's End Quest, because, again, I don't trust this game enough to let me come back to this precise moment, to let me reconfigure my team, like as an autosave or something. So I would rather know my enemy's weaknesses, so I do apologize if that bothers you, but what can you do? So, I think I'm still going to go with this team, to be honest. I just have to hope that Tressa can make full use of her sidestep, and if Tressa can't, then I can rely on Ophelia instead, and Tressa can focus instead on resting. Because boy howdy is Tsar's going to use up all of his magic. But anyway, there's only one way forward to go, and that's through the gates of Finis. Okay. Change party, equipment, travel on. And I can't go back, so I'm stuck. Great. From 2 parties. Oh. Oh. It's all like us.
You.
And it's not fucking voiced. Quite the stubborn ones, aren't we?
Why, yes.
Where's Kit? That's the question on your lips, isn't it?
Kit.
Why, he's right there, standing before your eyes.
Just so.
The 13th god, Galdera the Fallen. He and Kit are one and the same.
The gate of Finis.
Was created to seal Galdera beyond the boundaries of this world. And the Crossford family, you see, comes from a long and ancient line that carries the stuff of the Dark God in their veins.
But in truth,
Many years ago, I led Graham, Kit's father, to the same place. Yep. I told him that by coming here, he could return his beloved to the land of the living. A lie, of course, but one he was all too willing to believe.
and then.
All was proceeding according to plan, but in the end, I underestimated the strength of the man's spirit.
Oh.
The ritual failed, and Graham escaped somewhere, though he hardly resembled himself anymore. This time, though, will be different. This time, I will not fail.
It begins.
At long, long last, Galdera shall rise again, and all the world will know his fury! You, too, have an important role to play on this historic day. Your flesh, your blood, your very soul will feed the Dark God and give him strength.
Father.
Can you hear me? Father, your daughter calls for you. Wait, what?
Galdera, my
Oh.
father.
Pray show mercy on these poor, wretched souls. I hear you, my daughter. Oh, Father, at last. We are together. This should have been voiced. My daughter, for fulfilling your fate, I bestow upon you eternal slumber. Okay, never mind. Is that how you repaid your kid? Brave souls, you too have earned the same reward. So come, let us consume all life on this world. Let us consume the gods themselves. Rykard? Nah, this guy came before Rykard. For now and eternity, there is only us. There is only Galdera!
Better roll up the sleeves.
Yep. The soul of the dead emerged from Galdera's body. The souls of the dead.
Letting my arrow
Oh,
fly and
shit.
true.
Okay. So that's how we're gonna play, huh?
Better than a snare.
So I need to discover
The
this thing's
battle
fucking
is
weakness.
truly joined.
Oh, time like the present.
Have I
Huh?
failed?
That did how much damage? Oh my god. Am I gonna have to do all of that all over again? Game, please be kind. No shot. I'm going to have to do all of that all over again because the game devs didn't want to give you a save point. That is some grade A level early 2000s/1990s video game horse shit. Oh my fucking god. Like, yes, I should have been better prepared, but, however, keep in mind, this is my first time going through this game. I did not know I would be locked into this. Not only that, but the game said, nor made no mention, or clear mention, that this is a point of no return. Once you go in, you will be stuck here until you beat the final boss. Make sure you make all your preparations and level up all of your characters, nor did it give me a recommendation for the characters' levels. I'm actually upset right now. That was well over an hour plus of fighting the bosses, now completely null and void, because there was no autosave. I am going to have to go and grind. I'm going to have to get Hornburg and Elfin to level 60 plus. I'm going to have to put Cyrus or Therion on, I'm going to have to put one of those two on the other team. But the problem is, well, no, even then, I'd have to put Therion on Team 1. Well, no, because it doesn't fucking matter, because the only characters that can do light damage are Scholars, Starseers, and, Ophelia. And the only ones that can do it more than once is the fucking Scholar class. Or not Scholar, Sorcerer. So I'm gonna have to use Tressa no matter what. And it doesn't matter if... Oh my god. Okay. So I am gonna have to prioritize elemental attack above anything else then, for everyone. Wonderful. Chances are this video won't be coming out on Friday like I had hoped. I'm going to... What I had hoped to be done is... It's currently Sunday, the 15th of March. And I planned on beating the game today. So I could then edit this video down, upload it on Friday, take a small break, and on my own time, play through Persona 5 Royal to do one final video, technically two videos, that I've been wanting to do for the game. One of them is the Velvet Room attendee fight, at the very least. I will say that, but the other one is a secret. But no, I can't do that because I need to level grind. I'll probably get everyone to level 80 at the very least. Because ain't no way in hell is Ulbrich surviving as level 30. Now, yes, I can level grind him to get enough JP for Dancer class, because Dancer has, you can come back with 1 HP and whatnot, but I don't want to do that. Or, I don't want to do that, rather. So, yeah. Huh. So, I guess I'll see you when I see you. For you, it'll be like 2 seconds, but for me, it might even be like a full-ass week or something. But I need to play this game on my own time and level grind everyone. And also use the most optimal build for this fight. Because what the fuck is that shit, dude? God damn it, this game.